Welcome to the Hanshaw's Horizon podcast, where we explore learning science and all the tools you need to create a high-performance learning environment. During this podcast, we're going to dive into a day in the life of an instructional designer. Welcome to the Hanshaw's Horizon podcast, and today is an exciting day because we're going to dive in and take a look at Visme. It is a new tool that I have just opened up, so we're going to do like an unboxing sort of thing today. Now, full disclosure, I've already looked at it just a little bit. I went in for a couple minutes and started looking at the product and just said, okay, I need to do this live, do this in reality, because I have a very specific purpose for this right now. And it is to create a text to image graphic for one of my for a webinar that I have coming up, and I just have like a 5-minute piece of the webinar, so I need to create an image and maybe 1 to 2 slides that I can talk to in the webinar, because I just have a small 5-minute piece. And as I took a look at Visme and all that they have here, I was like, wow, this is perfect. So I want to do just a live, here we go, here's an amazing new tool kind of thing, and see what it gives me for specifically the text to image, because as we know, text to image can be a little bit weird, especially when it comes to faces and hands for people. So I want to see how they handle it, and hopefully they just do an amazing job with it. So let's dive in and take a look. All right, so let's dive in. Look at the interface. Notice I don't have any projects yet, so this is just raw. Whatever happens, happens. Now, the purpose for right now is to create a text-to-image graphic, as well as maybe a couple slides for a webinar that I'm participating in. I only have like a 5-minute slot within it, but it's really AI tools that are useful for instructors. And Visme is obviously going to be one of them now that I see all that it can do. And really the purpose for that, and the reason why I like it, is because first off, if you're not using a tool that has AI in it, you are moving backwards. It is not something that you want to not utilize, because AI is a tool and we need to utilize that both as instructors and designers. And when we utilize it in a way that's beneficial, we create a greater instructor presence. So whether you are an instructional designer or an instructor, when we create material that is really amazing and looks great, we are increasing our instructor presence. And remember, we have specific types of instructor presence that we're creating when we do that. That is our teaching presence. That's our managerial stuff. So, hey, my content looks fantastic. So when a student sees that, they're going to say, this individual's got their stuff together. The content looks great. It's memorable. So if I have content that I'm giving, and it could be the greatest content in the world, but if it's not memorable, if I don't have that teaching presence piece connected to it, students simply aren't going to be able to use it. And we want students to be able to use it in creative and unique ways to solve complex problems. So part of the equation of them taking in, absorbing that amazing content is that it has to look good. It has to be managed well. That's the teaching presence. And then it also leaks over into the cognitive presence, where, hey, this person is the expert in the field, so they have a good cognitive presence as well. So that's 2 out of 3 presences that a tool that Visme will help create, whether you're the instructor or the instructional designer. So it's kind of awesome to do that. So let's just kind of dive in with it right now. And I'm going to create new. I want a project, and in this case, it's going to be a presentation. I could create charts, graph, printables, web graphics, all that, but I'm going to go ahead and just kind of dive into a basic presentation, and it's going to come up. I like all these different ones. Let's go with just simply because I like the different purples and things like that. Those are my colors. And space themes right here. So let's preview this real quick so we can get a preview of what this is going to look like. And this kind of seems fantastic to me. Because what we have, all right, let's just dive in. These are called mock-ups that they have right here, and I love these. So let's dive in. I'm going to go ahead and use the cosmic presentation because I love the space theme and the purples for the color. So that's just my personal thoughts coming into this. as we come in. So since I'm just going to be, I love the way that it's always moving. Since I'm not going to be the primary presenter, the title slide may or may not be something that I want to connect with, but I do want to create. So my first slide is going to be something here, and I'm going to replace this picture. So I'm going to go into photos, and then they have this generate AI image. So let's play with this right now. So let's just say, well, we all know that what I'm doing is it's going to be tools for instructors. So let's just jump in and start creating some AI for this. Notice I can do a photo, a 3D model, and oops, how do I, there we go. Photo, 3D anime. I've been watching anime on Netflix quite a bit lately. So I'm going to go ahead and use the anime. Been watching the live action anime that they have on Netflix and been having a good time with that. I've been watching so many. The latest one is and I can't remember the name of it, but it's good. So it's one of the live action. So I'm going to try a live action anime graphics. Let's see what they do. And we know the purpose is AI tools for instructors. So let's just write AI tools for instructors. I have no idea. This is probably a horrible prompt to start with, but we'll see how good the tool is. With that, I'm just going to hit create image. I accidentally hit enter. So let's see what happens when we hit create image. It's going to generate for a little bit. And as it's generating, if it gives me a person, I really want to see the face and the fingers because that's where AI has been Oh man. Okay. When you ask for AI images, AI, it gives some amazing images right there. That is kind of awesome. So I want to change my settings though, because it didn't give me what I need, but look at the detail that this created. Oops, I just clicked it and made put in the background. That was my mistake. So just hit undo and it's that simple to do that. Just hit undo and it's done. But look at the detail. And they also notice how they're matching the colors in the background, all the purples and the blues, things like that. So they're matching with this already. And notice the hands, the face, and the fingers. Notice that detail. I'm kind of loving that detail right now. So, but I want something a little more robotic. This is kind of an amazing start. So let's just change the settings, and I'm going to let's go all in and just hit AI and see what it comes up with since we're playing with this for now. And let's just see how it's kind of awesome. And then we'll add more detail in as well, or it may give us something that we want. I don't know. Wow. Look at the detail and what we're getting on this with the AI. That's kind of amazing. So I'm going to switch gears just a little bit because we're getting amazing detail. Let's take a look now. Let's see if they can make a photo that has a good quality face and hands. Let's just see. Oh wow. Look at the detail in these faces. A lot of times you simply don't get that detail in the faces. This AI is amazing. So let's use our back to our other prompt. So let's just say AI tool, and then notice how I'm just going really broad. So I'm just kind of forcing the text to image to generate some very cool images at a very broad to get what it's thinking as opposed to what I'm thinking right now. Because I want to, this is the first time I use it, so I want to play around with it and get these details. Wow. Notice how everything it does is connecting with the colors that I like, the purples and the blues. And I can just click that, then I just click delete, put this one in. Look at the detail on the faces and the hair. A lot of times this is where things get messed up within the face and within the hair. It kind of looks strange, if you will. This is amazing. So let's put in a decent prompt. So how an instructor uses AI in the classroom. And I am not a prompt genius by any stretch. So I'm just putting in brief thoughts about what I think it should be and then hit create image. And it's going to be kind of amazing. And we'll do the same prompt with anime because I want to kind of get an anime twist to this, if you will. Oh, wow. Okay, let's put this one right here. We have fingers here, so let's see how well it. Wow. Okay. Remember, in a lot of what we do, the fingers are problematic. I'm going to replace, and it looks great on that one. And oh my goodness, we even have all the fingers here, and the detail. That's amazing because usually that's where AI goes crazy. They're like they end up being 12 feet long or something crazy like that. So this is kind of amazing how they're thinking what is happening here. So I'm going to go ahead real quick. And before I forget, I want to put kind of my tagline in here. And I'm going to say culture. And then they give tips and techniques all the way through. And I love that. Culture eats content for lunch. So what does that mean? That means when I say culture eats content for lunch and get rid of this person's name, that's because when we create something, if I could hit the right part of the mouse pad, when we create something that looks amazing, it's going to help that content stick. And remember, we're creating that instructor presence. And the instructor presence is what creates that high performance culture within the classroom. So simply by utilizing what we have here in Visme, we're starting to create that high performance classroom, because there's no way that I could create images like this, or I would spend probably hours looking for images like this. So it's kind of incredible what they have. So I am going to go ahead, change settings, and I want to get to that anime look. Oh, and they have comic as well. So cinematic. Okay, we're going to try them all real quick. And let's generate, see what's going on. Oh my goodness. What detail do we have? Let's kind of put that in. Wow. Look at the content and the detail that they put in all of these. We're going to replace that image real quick. That's amazing. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers on each hand and a thumb. We have technology all over the place. Wow. And look at how this is turning out. That is pretty awesome for line art as well. Okay, so let's change our settings. I'm liking the anime. So let's just change this. So let's just say an AI robot instructing a class. Let's try something like that and see what it comes up with. Okay, I'm already liking this one here. Let's see what this looks like here. Yeah, I'm going to replace that image. Whoa. Okay, that's pretty cool in an AI sense right there. We have this one here. Well, that's an actual robot that looks like a human right there. So this is stuff that I can actually use. I'm kind of liking this right now. And just for purposes, because I want to see if still want to see if these photos, how well they turn out, because they are really problematic in a lot of other AI text to image pieces. So let's see here. Do we need a drum roll? I think we should get a drum roll. Oh, hey. Wow. That's literally a robot. That is very cool. All right. So for me, I love the way these turned out. I am going to go back to, just because I want AI, because I've been watching a lot of it lately. So let's just go back with our AI. Let's create that image again. So let's regenerate it and see what they come up with. Then we'll look at the graphics and everything else. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, I'm liking this one. I like this one a lot. So now take a look at this. We can just bring it right over here and we're going to reselect it. And then boom, there it goes. It's in the circle. I could have put it within this picture right here. See how it goes green so we know where it's going to select or deselect. So I could put it here and I could reselect that image there. And then I can adjust however I need to. Right here, double click, and it can show me exactly what I need to do. So that's very cool with that. And you notice how it takes on the attributes of whatever you're looking at. So in this case, it turned black and white. I like this one here. I didn't want it to be at that angle, but boom, we have it right there. I was able to change it, get rid of that one. So if I double click, I can see, and I kind of like that focus point. That's where it should be focused. So here's my first slide. This is exactly what I'm going to use. So that text to image AI worked really good. It is fantastic. And here, if I want to change anything or edit anything, I can go to my AI writer. All I do is I click here, I go to my AI writer. So let's dive into that next. I don't want to use it for my title here, or maybe I will. I don't know. But I want to use it for a couple pieces of content down below. And I want to show you the mock-ups as well. And here is the first slide. So culture eats content for lunch. AI helps build a strong instructor presence, which is what builds a high performance culture in your classroom. So I was able to mix a cool quote from me. Probably should put my name on it. And we'll do that. There we go. Got the name and the cool anime right here. Just kind of loving that graphic, how well it turned out because of the detail. It looks really well done. And you can also, when you're writing these prompts, I use some very broad prompts, but you can get specific. You can even get specific into, draw as if this anime style or whatever it may be. Using this, I just selected the type here, which was hugely helpful. So by keeping it broad, anybody can use it. You don't have to be a prompt engineer to get good graphics. And the next piece to this is I want to give 4 tools to everybody really quickly. Because like I said, I only have 5 minutes within that webinar. And one of the tools is going to be Visme as well. Yeah, so we'll just say AI tools to help. And I'll fashion that a little bit more. But the coolest thing here is you see this blue part and these are called mock-ups. These are amazing. So what do I mean by mock-ups here? Notice, get my head out of the way. We have shapes, avatars, illustration, gestures, characters. I'm going to just take a look for, get rid of that in the photos, go to, I like when I'm thinking about students, I think about people learning from a cell phone, from a mobile device, because that's where so many of us learn from right now. It's absolutely incredible. So I'm going to say person on, let's call it mobile device learning. So again, crazy search term, not exactly a prompt. But then as I think about that, okay, so here's a person, and these are their images here. Oh, did you notice this cell phone went green right here? I can pop it right into there. But do I want to, is that kind of meta right there? A person, the picture of a cell phone of a person working on a cell phone? I don't know, could be. So let's just type instructor, see what we get. Probably going to get a lot of stuff with physical fitness and such as well. Oh, there's some fitness, there's some different stuff, but it's very cool. Look at this. This looks like somebody that could be an instructor of some type. We'll put it right. Oh, there we go. So see how it changes the green. So it tells me exactly where it's going to drop this. So it's very easy to do. How simple was that? And then here, I'm just going to say create better instructor presence. That's going to be way too long, right? Nobody wants to see all of that. But if I just simply stretch it out, whoops, I twisted it, which was awesome. Just grab the handles. AI tools create a greater instructor presence. I love the way the lines always pop up to make sure that I am in the correct location. And then I could just simply put different services here. Like obviously one is going to be Visme. So for me, I'm probably not going to write much in here. I'm just going to kind of make Visme bigger, maybe put the logo or an identifying factor of Visme in here, put a couple others in there. But if I was to write content, I would go directly to the AI writer as well. And of course, it's subject to terms and conditions. So you can see that I haven't even used it yet. But I would go to summarize in 2 sentences why an instructor should use Visme. And then generate it. So you can ask it anything. Oh, there we go. In 2 sentences it did. Let's see what it said. An instructor should use Visme because it's user-friendly platform that allows instructors to create professional-looking visuals for their presentations. Wow, that's right for a presentation just like that in 2 sentences. How it is, that's pretty amazing. Let's see if so. I've been talking about instructor presence. So let's say, and then tie in how it helps create instructor presence. Let's see what it can do there. So now this is like super complicated, especially since I spelled it wrong. So let's put the proper spelling in there. So this is a super complicated prompt, right? It's high level, doesn't give a lot of specifics, but then it gives a complete specific on how to really jump in with that. So let's see what it says. Okay, so it just makes it long. We just simply move it out. If I want to make the text bigger, I can. So let's see, as instructors should use Visme to help create instructor presence because it allows the instructor to create and share engaging visual content. So it captured it right in there. Now, when I'm thinking of these writing tools, I'm not going to ask it to write everything for me. I want the basic idea that I want to go in and edit this. So this is a great place to start. I could leave it right there if I wanted to, but this is a great place to start. So I can actually create what I want for this presentation, which would usually take me a few hours in probably 30 minutes. So Visme is an amazing tool. The next one that I'm going to approach is I'm going to do some work on my phone because I downloaded their app and it's kind of crazy the level of detail that you can get into with the app as well. Because a lot of times things are relegated and not available for the app in many instances, but not with Visme. I've been very happy being able to look through and see what's available. I haven't edited yet, so we'll do an unboxing of me editing. I'll edit this presentation on my mobile. So have a fantastic day. And remember, if we're not using AI tools, then are we really relevant as an ID or an instructor? Because using AI tools is simply a part of digital literacy today.